Where's the other? Oh.
I'm doing random because I was defense last time. I don't know what I want to
be
do.
the bailiff.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like a bailiff would be good to
What does
have instead
Durb
of a
want to do?
journalist. Durb, you want to try being a prosecutor?
Hell yeah.
You get to make up the name of the person that you're prosecuting, and you get
What
to
did you
make
get
up
for
their crime.
Din?
So be
Where do I do
prepared for
that?
It'll ask you when
Yeah,
you
when
load
we
in,
load
like,
in.
what's their name and what crime are you accusing them of? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then the cards we're using are Voosh's cards, so I apologize in advance. I have no fucking idea what's in them.
I'm so excited to see them from the judge standpoint because there's some bangers in there. There's some good ones like video evidence and stuff, but also the UPS guys in
I
there.
have some really good ones in mine too, but then I threw random shit in there, like the wallet being in the cookery shop. I was like,
The first ever Wendy's
had me gagged though.
That was so
gagged.
good.
That was like I said, I wanted to shit when he said Wendy's.
I can't believe we both got Wendy's cards. There's only like 2 Wendy's cards in the entire deck, and we got both of them.
It was
so funny. All right, Durba, ready up at the bottom when you're ready.
I'm always ready.
Bum chicka bow bow.
Starving.
All right, so as soon as I hit start game, you'll get a pop up.
Okay.
Oh my god, Durb, your little sock puppet's so cute.
Yeehaw.
Oh, I'm a
So
bailiff.
you choose
Oh,
the
shit.
name and what they're guilty of.
The fuck? You got a wiener dog. What the fuck?
Wait, oh my! Wait, I want to pet the dog.
Wait, what? Do you have a pickle?
Can I-
A pickle? What the fuck? What is
I was
that?
gonna say, there's like paper. Oh, it's like your desk. I see.
Oh.
Oops.
No, that's actually really cool. Okay.
Sorry, you're just closer, so I'm trying all these.
You didn't get
Hey,
to
what's
hear
this
me. I
one
said, Jojo, can I pet your
Oh,
wiener?
sorry, you guys can't see. Shit.
Sub sandwich dog, whatever he is, he's amazing.
Oh, I can stop you from speaking with this. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Listen, I know you're upset that you lost your case, but you don't need to abuse me.
I'm trying to unbird you because I'm supposed to be able to undo the bailiff stuff if I don't agree with it.
Oh.
Yeah, I birded you.
I think the only way I can do it is stunning you, though.
Yeah, thanks, Mama. I was like, no one's gonna say anything. I was literally on my intermission screen. I gotta open my door. I'm fucking sweating my ass. You're back. One sec.
When you put your head straight up, it looked like you were just choking on that lollipop.
Oh, no.
Your Honor, I give up. I don't want to represent Jake Paul.
Overruled.
I forfeit.
Overruled.
I feel like mine's bad. I'm so sorry.
No, it's perfect. It was really fun.
Order in the court.
JoJo's AFK.
Oh,
just
okay.
so you know.
No order in the court yet.
Yeah, I could hear you guys. I just couldn't talk. They silenced
It's
me.
okay.
I got
It's okay. It's
censored.
okay. So if you open up your folder, Derb, you can see all the different cards that you're able to use. And when it's your turn,
Jake Paul.
basically, you can try to just create your story and choose cards you think would work and just make shit up because technically I could be guilty, I could not be guilty. We just have to make
Sorry.
it convincing.
Okay.
All right. Welcome to the case of Jake Paul driving into a Beast Burger while under the influence. I would like to remind the defense that driving under the influence is a most heinous crime, as well as being Jake Paul is the most heinous crime of all. So you have quite a wall to climb here. We are going to start off with the prosecutor, though. Prosecutor, if you have any opening statements, you don't have to put it.
Literally seen that and been like, nah.
You don't have to submit any evidence yet, but we would love your opening statement about what happened here today.
Okay. So, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Pretty cut and dry, I'm not gonna lie. Jake Paul, all right, was accused, or not accused. He was observed
Observed, yes.
driving his big ass Cybertruck right into a Beast Burger.
Now, this is a Tosla garbage truck you just talked about that he's driving,
Yes.
for the record?
Yeah,
Okay, perfect.
Tesla garbage truck. You're right. A cyber garbage truck.
Perfect.
And upon the police arriving on scene, it was found that he was intoxicated.
Disgusting behavior. Okay. Interesting. Thank you so
Disgusting.
much, Prosecutor Derb. Attorney Sailor Sugar Plum, the floor is now yours if you would like to state your case for Mr. Jake Paul.
My client Jake Paul is being accused of driving into a Beast Burger while under the influence. While they may have been confirmed to be under the influence by the police report and the test, which is true. However, they did not drive into a Beast Burger and crash into it while under the influence. They were on foot, just in Beast Burger, trying to order a double Beast Burger because while under the influence, that is what they were craving.
So the defense is not, he was under the influence. That is not up for debate. Okay.
That is not up for debate because we have proof of that. But he was not controlling a motorized vehicle and definitely was not crashing into that Beast Burger.
Interesting. Thank you so much, defense. Mr. Prosecutor, the floor is going to go back to you as it is your Otis to show us some evidence that proves that Mr. Jake Paul was driving under the influence into that Beast Burger this wild morning. Morning.
Okay. So my first evidence, really, you can't really say anything about it. Bad little
I see. So am I to believe at this point in time you're saying that Jake Paul is a bad little kitten and he deserves no milk? So he was not drinking a milk-based alcoholic beverage.
No, not this little kitten.
Not this little kid. Okay, understandable. Thank you so much, prosecutor. Defense, what do you have to say about these heinous accusations?
You say that bad little kittens don't get their milk and that he was not drinking a milk beverage. Is that what was just said?
That is what the judge is of mind of currently.
Okay,
Yeah, that's what I said.
Well, then how would we have our delicious apple flavored milkshake from the local Beast Burger that Jake Paul was sipping on?
Interesting. So are you saying this was part of his order when he went?
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. Prosecutor Derb, thoughts?
I find that hard to believe because this receipt right here shows that he ordered a tomato and a potato, not a milkshake.
That's not a receipt. That's just a potato.
That's just a potato. You are showing us just a potato right now.
Oh, my bad.
I'm going to have to strike this from the record because that is not a receipt. That is a tomato and a potato.
Can you imagine in a courtroom, someone's like, I have proof, here's a receipt, and they just whip out a fucking tomato.
Jojo, it reminds me of the fucking the grocery store game. I'm gonna pay with a credit card. Pulls out a fucking cash wad.
Oh my god.
I think I'll pay with my credit card. Pulls out fucking a wad of cash.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
so you said that's struck from
The potato and the tomato are stricken from the record unless they can be proven to be relevant to this case.
What if I told you I got them out of this Beast Burger bag that was in the vehicle?
Interesting. This is damning evidence. Interesting. I'm going to allow the tomato and the potato to come back into the record under the assumption that they came from the Mr. Beast Burger bag. Now, Prosecutor Derb, I'm not doubting your standards of living or your standards of judgment at all. But are you having the court believe at this moment that after Mr. Jake Paul crashed into the Beast Burger, they still served him?
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor. That was after he went through the drive-through. And he just drove straight into the building after.
Okay, so he was served and then he crashed into the building.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. I have brought the tomato and the potato back onto record. Please have that known, Miss Miss Attorney Sailor Sugar Plum, your response.
Yes. My response is if he crashed through the burger, crashed in a vehicle, not on foot, then why would he have walked through the salt instead of driven through it?
Oh my God.
It says walk clearly.
Objection. How do we
Cars
know
don't
this is
walk.
his footprint?
Sustained. How do we know that this is Jake Paul's footprint?
I mean, the report said it was his footprint. It matched.
I don't have a report in my evidence.
Objection. Hearsay.
Here.
Holy shit. Okay, so I see a report here. I see a report here. Okay, let me go ahead and read this really quick. The report states that Mr. Jake Paul was seen leaving his vehicle. It does not mention a pile of salt. It does not say there's a pile of salt there. I do not know where this pile of salt came from. If prosecutor, if you have a way to say that this is like a fake PI report, this is pretty damning that Mr. Jake Paul was indeed in a McFucking Tesla garbage truck on the night of the crime inside the Beast
Your
Burger.
Honor. Yes. Where did that PI report come from?
The PI report, it came from interesting. It actually is from a private investigator. It is not from the police. Interesting.
There
Okay.
was a private investigator tailing Jake Paul because he was
He's
supposedly
Jake
a bad
Paul,
little
If
kitten.
I may interject.
Yeah, he's
You know what? Sustained. This is clearly evidence. Yes. The PI report stands. Mr. Prosecutor, there's no
I
more
will
hiding
say
that your client was not in a vehicle. He was in a vehicle. So let's drop the shtick.
Wait. Thank you. He was in a vehicle.
Miss Defendant,
Yes.
I may
we
have
arguing
fucked
here?
your
That means-
entire case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I mean, we never argued that he was in a vehicle. We were
Order.
arguing whether he was in control of said vehicle. It's Jake
Okay.
fucking Paul. You
Okay.
think he doesn't get driven around?
You're right. You're right. What I'm going to be
Your
doing
Honor.
is crossing walked through salt off the evidence. There was no salt in that report.
Thank you.
I don't know where we were. Who just did the last evidence? We're gonna send yes. Prosecutor, I believe,
It
is
was
next.
me,
Yes.
technically. Yeah.
Your Honor,
Yes.
can I submit evidence to the
Yes, you may.
courtroom?
Yes, you may.
So, defense, please explain why the only person on the scene that had a Tesla cyber garbage truck
Mhm.
key card was Jake Paul.
Interesting. This being a key fob for a Tesla garbage truck
In his wallet.
in his wallet. Interesting. Miss Sugar Plum, what the McFuck's going on here?
Well, last time I checked, I don't drive a Tesla garbage truck, but they don't use key cards.
It's
to
a key
drive
fob.
the vehicle.
It's a fob.
It says
I'll
key
have the
card,
court
and it
know
says
that
this shows access, but I think what you're confusing it for is that's actually the key card for the hotel that he was staying at, which shows on this receipt.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Wow. Okay. Prosecutor, it does appear that he did have a key card to a hotel. And upon further inspection of this Tesla garbage truck key card, it does appear that it has been written on there in crown. This was the hotel's property. In fact, underneath the crown, it says quality sock hotels.
Your Honor,
Yes.
this was a Tesla that was gifted from the hotel. This is a celebrity we're talking about here.
I mean,
Sure, but
That's
Teslas
up for
still
debate.
aren't driven by.
They are. Thank you.
Wait, Voosh, can you say crayon?
Crown.
Okay. Well, I was confused what Mama said.
You might not know Tosla lore, but they come with key cards that look like credit cards that fit in your wallet, and they act as a key.
Interesting.
I
Well,
didn't realize you drove a Tesla garbage truck.
interesting. Do you?
I watch a lot of YouTube defense.
Interesting. Okay. Well, unless we can disprove that the hotel gifted this Tesla garbage truck, we are going to stay in the mind frame that he was driving or being driven in a Tesla garbage truck gifted by the hotel, opened with key cards, because it's Tesla. Why would they not?
I understand your point.
Yes.
That makes sense. But my point still stands that Tesla garbage trucks are not driven by key cards. That was a key card for the hotel. And although Jake Paul was staying there, he did pay for it himself. They didn't offer him, even though it is Jake fucking Paul, they didn't offer him a bunch of free shit. Because as you can see here, they have a lot of salary cuts at the hotel.
Oh
so they
my.
are honestly just surprised that Jake Paul was willing to stay there because he's an influencer, right? He expects free shit, but he still was willing to stay there just because he really likes the beds there. They're very comfortable.
Order. This salary cut is inherently proof that that hotel is becoming a bankruptcy risk. They could not afford a Tesla garbage truck, although literally they have more than 800,000 vehicles sitting in lots that they cannot sell. They could still not afford one.
Your Honor, I have evidence
yes.
to bring to the court.
Yes, Mr. Derb.
So I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but Jake Paul, his financial accounts are all offshore, right?
Okay, that's a different case.
Canada.
That's
Okay.
actually, Canada is now the 51st state, so it is not offshore anymore.
That's true. Okay, so you will see on this tax return that he in fact did pay for that hotel room.
Well, he never argued that he paid for it, right? He did
What-
pay for it. That's
what
we're
the hell
saying
you
that
say?
the hotel. We're saying the hotel didn't pay for things. He paid for it, and that was what the salary cuts were for. Was that they couldn't afford to give him free shit, but he still decided to stay there because he really likes the beds there. So it wasn't a hotel purchased Tesla garbage truck run by a key card.
Well, you'll also see on there that there is no purchase of a Tesla on those tax returns.
Well, it would not have been a business expense, as he's literally a garbage human being, and that does not require him to drive anywhere.
Technically, he never said he purchased the Tesla. He just said he wasn't gifted the Tesla by the hotel.
Does anyone have a character witness or a witness to what happened? Would anyone like the obligations of a witness right now at this given time? This is an offer to both parties. Does anyone have a witness?
Do you need a witness, or do you need help on how to get a witness, or
Hold on.
because Voosh can just summon them, but also if let's say I was talking and you were like, no, I want to use this witness because I have an idea, you can request your witness to be brought up if it's your turn, but also Voosh can just spawn them and then so it's up to you.
I'm thinking, you got one?
I have one, but I wasn't gonna use
You
it
would be
unless
the
I felt like I needed
coworker. I believe the red one is yours.
to. Yeah, the doctor's mine. But you don't technically have to use your witness, I don't think, right? Like,
No, you don't have to use them. It's just,
if you want to.
yeah.
No, I don't have a good witness.
Okay, thank you so much. You cede your time. Defense, witness, no witness. Defense, witness or no witness?
I pushed the talk, I'm sorry! I said, and I was like, well, yeah, fuck it. Let's bring up my witness.
Okay, perfect. Let's bring out your witness then.
Yeah, sorry. I actually was going, but I realized I wasn't hitting the right button.
Please
Yeah,
name the witness.
This is Dr. William Hamburg. Ham as in a piece of ham, not hand as in your hand.
Oh, okay. And how many Z's and Q's are in that name?
22.
Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. I've got him in the record. Mr. Hamburg.
Yes.
We're very clear on what your profession is. What the McFuck are you doing here today, and what the fuck do you know about this case?
I'm just here to testify that Mr. Jake Paul, if he drove into the Beast Burger while under the influence, he probably would have been injured, correct? Because those Tesla garbage trucks, they're not very
Indestructible,
not very-
bulletproof.
You say that, but there's a video proof otherwise. But they're not very.
That was
they're not very
pre-release. That was
safe.
beta.
I'm sorry. Do you have stock in
Your Honor,
Tesla?
Order in the court! Order in the court! We are not here to discuss how much of a beta Jake Paul is. Thank you so much. Continue.
But after the day of the incident, Jake Paul
Actually, I get to use my
never.
ability.
Jake Paul never. When he came in for his appointment, he never came in and talked about being in a car accident or being injured. He just came in for, a standard checkup. And he had no scratches or bruising or any kind of issues on his skin. I'm changing this voice, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
And he was absolutely healthy minus the skin, he has hemorrhoids, but that has nothing to do with with this case.
We all
So,
have hemorrhoids. It's okay.
If he crashed into the Beast Burger in the Tesla garbage truck, he would have had injuries that would have been noticed and taken care of in his doctor appointment.
Okay, thank you so much, doctor.
You're welcome.
Okay,
Your
so
Honor,
yes,
I would like
Wait,
on the
Does he
record
get to cross-examine that witness?
he can if he so
just
chooses.
because you run into a building doesn't mean you did it at 90 miles per hour.
Well, unfortunately
still damage
for the
property at 10 miles
defense,
per hour.
yes, but
True, but you tap a Tesla garbage truck and it's life-threatening. I'm just saying.
yes, I would like it on the record,
These
please.
are indestructible vehicles.
I would like it on the record. I just damaged a Tesla garbage truck in a different time
The
zone.
only thing that
I
might
just
happen,
damaged
Your
another one.
Honor, is
I
if
just
the
broke
battery
it.
explodes.
I just broke it. It crumpled. It's dead.
Broke it.
It broke. Water damage.
Damaging the Tesla
Rusted.
garbage truck.
Can't float anymore. Electrocuted me. It broke. So, the problem we have here today is
Don't fart.
the Otis now becomes yours, Mr. Prosecution. Let me give that back to you. We are going to need to see some evidence that somehow he has this magic Tesla garbage truck that does not crumple under the weight of a fart.
Your Honor, it was in my first piece of evidence. He's not a bad little kitten.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought he was a bad little kitten.
I was gonna say it said "bad little kitten, no milk, smile," but then we showed
Mm,
the apple flavored milkshake. That's literally the best part.
that's the best part.
You're
That's the
right.
best part.
You know what? Send him to jail. I hate this guy. I don't want to represent him.
Wait, no, honey, you're the one trying to get him in jail, but unfortunately, we have come to the conclusion of this trial. I will not be accepting ending arguments. I think this is pretty
Which is
cut and
crazy 'cause
dry.
The jury says Jake Paul's guilty, but also it's just
Oh.
Jake Paul.
Unfortunately, based
Your
on
Honor,
the
this is my
evidence,
first time
it's okay.
as a-
You did great.
and I might have McDonald's at my house back in Arkansas. once we get
That's
back to-
totally
back.
fine. You go eat your McDurbles. We are going to have to call this trial. Unfortunately, due to extenuous circumstances such as Tosla garbage trucks literally crumpling if you look at them improperly, him not sustaining any injuries in said crash in a Tosla garbage truck, which would be literally impossible. The fact that this man would be walking around right now would be ridiculous. Mr. Jake Paul,
Exactly.
you're not guilty, but you're still under arrest.
I'm gonna stab this judge.
I can't believe I just won a case defending Jake Paul. What the fuck? I never
Oh
thought
my
that'd be a
God.
sentence out of my
I
mouth.
need to screenshot.
Declared innocent. They left the courthouse in the rain, slipped on a manhunter. Oh, it's the same thing.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, they need more
I
of
was hoping it'd be
those.
Something else.
Hi,
And
Weasley.
the whole court was like, nah, he's guilty. That's so funny.
There was just too many circumstances that was just led to his freedom.
I got
had to
good
take a
cards
fucking
again. That
picture
was
of
funny.
Jake
I was
Paul
like,
being
here's a
innocent.
report.
That's the first.
Oh. There's a random button.
I hate this job.
You can be a journalist this round.
You. Can I be a witness?
I was
Yeah.
gonna see what it was like to be a juror.
Hmm.
Do you
Well-
actually get to decide anything if you're a juror?
I think you just get to write on a tablet.
Really?
Wait,
That's so silly.
what does it say?
What if-
Watch,
what if
comment,
we
and
all
influence
just-
the judge.
Oh.
How do you influence the judge?
I think with the tablet. I think you draw things on the tablet and show me it. So no one wants to. The 3 rules we need. No one.
I mean, I can be the judge. I just wanted to see what bailiff was like.
No, you can be the bailiff this time, and then we'll.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, it's just like the little
I have
star
to-
wand just silences people if they're talking over each other. So that's why it turns over
want to
into a
pet the
chicken.
dog.
Go pet that dog.
I can't believe you
Okay.
silenced me.
Well, you were
It's abuse of
arguing with
power.
the witness, and it was the witness's turn to talk.
I said objection and never heard anything after that. That's on the judge.
It was just funny because they were like,
You change the
Yeah,
picture.
so
I know
it's
it
super
probably
weak, and you
shows
were like,
everything on my
impenetrable.
computer.
bulletproof.
I was like, this guy must
Why
have
is the
stock.
picture of the man now Voosh's tax returns?
But I was on Derb's side because as much as I hate Teslas and Jake Paul, he's right. They are fucking bulletproof. So like,
Yeah, exactly.
No, those things are not. They fucking fall apart.
no, they fall apart. They fall apart easily, but they are bulletproof. Like their armor is bulletproof. So it's like, good luck driving them, but you know they're still bulletproof. Aha, gotcha.
Ow, how do I pet dog?
Um,
You just look at its face.
Oh my god.
How do you feel that you made
shit.
Jake Paul a free man?
I would feel so bad.
How do you
Alright,
sleep
what
at
did he
night?
do today?
How do you sleep at night letting Jake Paul free?
What did he do?
Oh yeah, didn't Voosh say, Jake Paul, you're not guilty, but you're still under arrest or something? When he was paying the gamble.
I don't know.
Oh my god, I like that. Derb won't know what the fuck to do with it though.
This would be good with more people.
Yeah, this would be so fun.
Yeah,
with
you
like
can have
5 or
up
6
to
people.
9. You can have up
It's
to
like
9
9
players. I think.
yeah. We could have had 5, but Cameron's in fucking the mountains sniffing butts or something.
The guy hates us.
But also, like, it literally is not even out yet. for a couple of days or something. So once it actually comes out, we'll give more people.
I don't know how to spell it.
It just
My
says
code
coming
only
soon.
for
It
the
doesn't even have a
beta or
date.
whatever.
It says May 22nd. Wait, what? What's
That's
today?
today.
Yeah, it just says coming soon.
Moves Mackenzie.
That's weird. They don't have a date because
The email said the
embargo
29th.
was for today. Oh well, the Steam doesn't say that.
Oh, oops.
I want to put it on Steam, devs, if you're listening. The 29th, then. I'll look out for the 29th. When I get back from Europe, we'll make everyone play it. Moobs Mackenzie? Okay, what happened here? Weaponized farts against elderly prostitutes. Okay. Order. Opening arguments, go.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, judge, bailiff, that dog that started suddenly is here now. We're here today because Moobs Mackenzie is found accused of going down to the local red light district and weaponizing farts, blowing hot fat gas at the elderly prostitutes working the streets with their brittle bones and their walkers. It leaves another level of what the fuck to literally walking ladies of the night. They were all hospitalized because of his horrible gas, and he is a monster, and we will prove that here tonight, that he was the one that farted his way through the red light district of Socktopia. Thank you so much.
All right. Defense, opening arguments.
Your Honor, there's no way Moobs McKenzie was at the scene of this crime. And I have the evidence that will prove this. I'm ready to go.
Okay. Prosecution, you may go forth with your first round of evidence.
Thank you so much. So, starting off today, we will show that Mr. Moobs Mackenzie had a personal diary. He kept this diary quite often, talking about his flatulence, his ability to produce flatulence, the way that he did not need to really eat much, beans that of that sense to cause flatulence. Later in the book, over the years, this is quite a large journal. It starts to get a little darker. It appears that Moose Mackenzie's mindset started to fluctuate. He started to have difficulties at work. He started having even worse, danker gas from the stresses of working for Elon Muskie Pits at Socks with an X, of course. And eventually, at the end of the book, his journal, he says, "Oh goddamn, oh fuck, I can't take it anymore. If I'm going to be stuck under this horrible, horrible monster, I'm not going to be the only one that suffers. ... And then if you smell the page that he wrote that on, smells like one of the worst farts I've ever smelt. This man's a monster. This man wanted other people to suffer through his gasual ways, and he weaponized his disgusting flatulence against those poor elderly prostitutes who are just trying to survive in current year." Thank you so much. Hey, babe.
Okay, just know I had to step away because there was a car alarm going off, and I wanted to make sure that wasn't my car, so I didn't hear anything you said, but go team!
That's okay. Pretty much all the prosecution just did was submit a personal diary and then said that it smelled like farts. So, defense, you are next.
All right. If you will turn to page 69 in that diary, okay? You will see on there where he is clearly talking about the first ever Wendy's and not actual and elderly prostitutes. Wendy's might be old, but that doesn't make them an elderly prostitute. It's just their favorite place to get gas, if you know what I mean.
He didn't actually. This is interesting. he didn't talk about the elderly prostitutes in his book. He just said at the end, this is page 69. I will say he's been keeping this diary for quite a few years. It's quite disgusting. Each page smells even worse of farts as time goes on. This is about around page 370, where he starts to have his mental breakdown, in which he states that working for Elon Muskie Pits at Socks with an X is the worst thing he's ever done, and that if he's going to be stuck there, he is going to take other people down with him, ... And then, caught at the scene of the crime, pants down, ass out, huge gaping bussy, blasting ass at these elderly prostitutes. Not written in the book. First ever Wendy's has nothing to do with this. I want that stricken from the record. Thank you so much.
It is in the book if you read it, actually.
I am looking and going over my notes.
Sounds like prosecution didn't actually investigate their evidence.
I will note into the account that the mention of first ever Wendy's is on page 69. However, the diary itself does smell so horribly of farts that I can't even hold it or read it anymore. So I will give 1 point to each side.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, is this Quidditch?
Yes, this is Quidditch.
You should Quidditch your job because you're really bad at it. Not you, sorry.
Okay, buddy. Okay.
Vince, do you have anything to put forth?
Yes, this is my most damning piece of evidence. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't want to pull it out yet. But my client is a Stitch TV streamer, and they
Not Stitch
stream
TV.
7 days a week. All right,
Okay.
they don't have a break. This is their life, and we have the entire VOD of the past 15 years right here, and there's no evidence of them ever farting on elderly prostitutes or near them.
I'm sorry.
It's
Did
really
defense just say
bad.
that the VOD was set 15 years long?
No, he just said that he streams every day, 7 days a week with no break.
Okay, I heard him say that the VOD was 15 years. I was just like,
Wait, did you? Did you say that?
There's
I thought-
actually multiple clips in there. Multiple.
I thought he
VODs.
said there was VODs from the last 15 years.
oh, okay. I misheard. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'm sorry for
okay.
interrupting the court.
Okay. Prosecution?
I would like to bring into the the fuck? I would like to bring into the mix that we actually have a testimony from one of his most loyal viewers, the Swansons. They watch every day for the last 10 years. They did not see him when he was a small indie streamer. But after he took off playing such games as Sockmophobia and Dead by Socklight, they've been religiously watching him. They did note in their testimony that over the last year, Mr. Mackenzie has seemed to be a little bit off. His hours have started to really fluctuate. They've been unable to catch all of his streams because some days he'll be live at 4 a.m. Some days he goes live at noon. Some days he doesn't go live because he has to go to the doctors, possibly about the weaponized fart situation. And they've noted that over the last few weeks it has been getting pretty bad. You'll notice that Mr. Defense Attorney Derb said that there are many clips in that VOD that he sent you. You will notice that the whole VODs are not actually there. There are moments of lapsed time in where it appears that it has been either doctored or removed to show Mr. Mackenzie in a better light. I would like to know where the missing footage is.
Before I ask the prosecution or the defense to obtain that for me, do you have any proof that when the elderly prostitutes were farted on that the defendant was in fact not live?
I do. I really do.
I would love to
As
see
this
that.
was a Monday, it does appear that he went to a very underground, unsanctioned event called Monday Come Day. He was not at stream that day. The ticket is stamped. It was used. It is valid between the hours of noon and 5 p.m. It was stamped between that time frame. The elderly prostitutes were hospitalized around 6 p.m. that day. Shortly after which, the cops noted that he was still on the scene with his pants down. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Thank you so much.
Were his pants down or on fire?
Both. The gas was so horrendous. You know how sometimes when it's too hot, gas can explode? That's what happened.
Okay, I have noted that. Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge.
Defense, what have you say? Anything about that? Do you have any conflicting evidence or anything to bring to light?
I'm gonna be honest, Judge. That was a lot to remember, and I forgot. I
have written it down.
You have a
for
notebook.
I forgot about it.
I will reread to you. So he brought forward the Swansons that watch the daily play of Sockmophobia and Dead by Socklight on
Spontaneous combustion.
the Stitch TV stream. They noted that Mobs' hours have been fluctuating, and then there was a stamped ticket to Monday Come Day. So Mobs was absent from streaming that day from noon to 5 p.m. And later that night was when the prostitutes were farted on, and he was found with his pants down, both and on fire.
Spontaneous combustion from the farts, yes.
Yes.
Your Honor, this is completely inaccurate. So false.
I would like to see
Only a fool
a
would
report
believe
that
this.
states otherwise.
I would like the court to not accept that. Oh. What happened to the bailiff?
I got hit with some paper.
Oh, understandable. I would like to bring to the court's attention that the juror just called the
can't turn
judge
me into a
a
chicken.
stupid dum-dum.
Hmm.
Your Honor, you didn't hear that.
It would appear that the
Okay.
defense would like to believe that you don't have ears.
Okay, I would like to bring some evidence forward.
Okay.
What were those times you said between 12 and what?
12 p.m. and 5 p.m. on the day of the farting.
Okay. So if you look at these bank statements right here,
Okay.
these are
Sussy
our
vodka.
PayPal account right here.
Okay. Yes.
You will see. What was their name?
Mobs McKinsey.
No, the elderly folk.
Oh.
They don't have names. They
no,
are
they're just
under
elderly
yeah.
prostitutes. We don't talk about.
They are currently under duress. Please don't talk to
Okay.
them.
So
Yes.
these elderly prostitutes were actually fans of the show, obviously.
No, they
Right.
were not.
Of the stream.
Yes.
Okay. What does this bank statement show exactly?
Oh wait, I'm sorry, not the Swansons.
Yes, thank you. Yes, the Swansons are a fan.
We're
Yes.
fans of.
Yeah, and they say
Monday
that I
Come
was
Day?
not or my what the hell's moobs? What are they called?
Moobs McKinsey. That's your client.
Right. There's a word I'm thinking of. Forgive me. Okay, moobs McKinsey is shown on these bank statements under their name Moobler69, right?
Okay.
Donating.
Is that their
bank
Stitch
statement?
TV name?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
It'll show a detailed, time-stamped bank statement of them constantly between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. donating directly to my PayPal.
This is
While I
a
was
conflict of interest. Hello?
Wait, not while I was live. While Moves was live.
Okay, so you are saying that you saying that the people that watched the stream, so the Swansons, were donating to you during the hours that the Monday Come Day ticket says that you were not live?
I wasn't live. My
Your
client
defendant,
was.
you're right.
Yes.
But is that what
That's
you're
the
saying,
word.
that the Swansons were shown donating to Moobler69 at the time?
At the time, they were apparently not live streaming.
Okay. Receiving donations. Not. Donations time. Okay.
Judge, I have evidence contradictory to this.
Okay.
I wouldn't say contradictory per se, but I would say that in the Sockbook DMs, you will see that Mr. Mackenzie.
Oh, these are very gruesome.
Yes, it is fucking disgusting. In fact, I would
It's very
also like to
vulgar.
submit the picture of him showing his big old pussy that could fit a hot dog down a hallway. There's a lot of there's a lot of room in there. It's very
Can't believe his
spacious.
hot dog was just out in the hallway
All out there.
Okay.
In these DMs, you will see that the Swansons are in contact with him saying, bro, I know you're going through a hard time right now. Please accept these donations while you're offline to go get yourself something delicious to eat in these trying times. They also said nice
Okay.
hole where the soda can go. That thing's huge.
Okay. And these were on Sockbook.
These were on Sockbook because they could not reach him on Stitch as he was not there. So they left him a DM on Sockbook.
I can't type anymore. Okay. Well, Devs, I want more pages.
We need pages, yes.
I have filled my journal. Okay. Okay. So the Sockbook DMs. I'm sorry. Can you repeat one more time what exactly they showed? Was it the timestamp, the date?
This was during
They were
the stream
offline.
of Monday Come Day where Mr. Moobs
Okay.
was not live, stating, bro, we know you're going through a hard time right now. Please accept these offline donations. Go get yourself something delicious to eat. You're the best.
Okay. So your claim is that these DMs prove that the donations were in fact offline donations.
They were an offline, what I believe Stitch calls a hype train, yes.
Okay, offline hype train. Okay. Defense?
I gotta start writing. Hold on. I'm so lost.
Prosecution just told us that they had Sockbook DMs that showed very vulgar images, as I guess the Swansons, the viewers of your client, like to send or receive PP pictures of very, very small PPs, but very large holes.
Very
But
large.
they
Shocking.
also showed proof that those donations that Mobler 69 received at the time between 12 and 5 were indeed offline donations, as they stated in these Sockbook DMs. I don't know how you want to contest that.
I do have a question to the
Okay.
prosecution.
You may have a sidebar.
Yes.
What time did the alleged crime occur?
It happened between 5 and 6 p.m. The cops were notified at 6 p.m.
Between 5
Unfortunately,
and 6
the
p.m.?
elderly prostitutes were on the ground writhing in pain. They are not, Judge, they are not the most popular prostitutes. It did take people a little bit to find them. They were on the ground in pain for a while.
Okay.
What do you mean by a while? That could be a lot of different time frames.
Based on the burns caused by the heinous weaponized farts, forensics states it was within 20 minutes to 40 minutes of when they were found.
Sorry, I'm so hungry.
Okay, so could it not be that this pile of cigarette butts right next to the elderly prostitutes is what burned them?
They're actually not allowed to smoke anymore because their stomas no longer allow them to inhale properly. What was noted by forensics was that the burns noted on these prostitutes were nothing they've ever seen before. They smelled horrendously, not of burnt skin, but of dank,
But of
rotting
elderly
pork.
people.
I mean, if you think that elderly people smell of dank, rotting pork, that's your pierogies.
They do where I come from, sir.
Well, you're clearly not from the great 51st state.
Anyways, I will also introduce into evidence this hardware store receipt showing my client purchasing a massive, thick 2x4 at 5:30 on the dot.
I see.
And please
Chad,
note
I need you to
that
vote.
the store listed on this receipt
Okay.
is
Yes or no,
45
Chad?
miles away from the alleged crime scene.
How many miles?
45.
45 miles. Okay. Okay.
Thank you. You're gonna get out of this, buddy.
Okay. It appears. I don't know how. I'm not a medical expert, but it does appear that the cigarette butts that were found next to the bodies of the farted upon were indeed smoked by them. The evidence, the DNA has come back. It is true. So I'm not entirely sure what that leaves the prosecution with, but you may go forward with any explanation you would like to prove. But as of right now, it looks like the cigarette butts could have been theirs and they could have burnt them. So
Well,
I know you don't have any more
I've-
evidence to put
yes.
forth, but you may re-explain if you would like.
well, the only thing I could really think is that a different hole was used to ingest the cigarettes.
Ooh.
They were not found without clothes. We assumed that they were burned off in the horrible chemical warfare attack by Mr. Moves McKenzie and his
Without
farts.
clothes?
They were found without clothes,
Naked.
burnt very, very severely, smelly burns, very smelly burns. So I'm not sure. Again, this is conjecture. I don't want this brought into evidence, but I would assume that Mr. McKenzie, after farting on the elderly prostitutes, put the cigarettes up their butts. Lit.
Okay, off the record.
Off the record.
Right. Defense, would you like to begin closing arguments? I honestly don't know where I stand here, so these closing arguments could make or break what happens here.
You're the defense, by the way. It's you.
Yeah, that's you, Derb.
Come on, Derb.
Yeah, my voice was turned off. My bad, guys.
Oh, it's okay.
I mean, it's pretty simple here. Prosecution doesn't have any evidence that puts them at the scene. It's all just hearsay at this point. They do have one testimony, but that's from mega fans that we don't even know. They could be just trying to meet their fan for all we know, right? Or meet their idol. My apologies.
Yeah.
But if you look at my evidence,
Oh my god! Your mouth is stuck open.
Yeah, I don't know why that happens.
What the fuck?
Am I okay?
Your mouth was literally on the floor, just your jaw.
Oh.
I don't know. That happened
That
when I
was
did it to Derb last round
jaw-dropping.
too.
That's
Jaw was so
hilarious.
so
That was
funny.
fucking terrifying than I expected. Sorry.
Okay.
Anyway,
Defense,
Voosh, your turn.
was that your closing arguments?
Oh,
Oh.
sorry. I thought he was done.
Defense, was that all of your closing arguments?
I just want to reiterate that with the bank statements, the cigarette burns, and the receipt showing my client not at the scene and not even close enough to get there in time from the alleged
Okay.
time frame, that it's kind of impossible to charge them as guilty at this point.
Okay. Prosecution, closing arguments.
Not only did prosecution point him to the scene of the crime, no one else was capable. And the judge knows. They smelt the McFucking journal. No one is capable of making smelly burns like that. This man chemicalized his farts, brought them out into the wild, and those poor prostitutes who were just trying to make a buck tried their best to escape this man's horrific, stanky farts. He was not streaming, as the defense said, that he streams 24/7. He has been going through a mental breakdown, has been proven to be going through a mental breakdown through several evidences, as well as, you know what? Maybe he was at a harbor store 45 miles away. Because you know what happens when you have chemical farts that explode? You can travel really far, really fast. The prosecution rests.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, well. I would like to let me just look over the evidence again. really quickly here.
Your Honor, I would call my witness, but it's a fucking dog.
The case is over.
Okay. I got shit on for calling my dog as a witness.
I am
even though
wrong.
there's literally art that exists of dogs sitting and smoking cigarettes at a poker table. So, whatever.
That's true, Your Honor.
I deem. Where's Moobs McKenzie? Please stand, arise.
Get up, buddy.
You
Your time
have
to
been
shine.
found not guilty in this courtroom.
Oh.
The evidence was very stacked.
And he'll kill again. He'll kill again.
Kill or fart?
He'll kill again.
I like how this is Derb, stoic incarnate. Emoji 0.
No emotes.
Wow, no emotes. That's
My bad, guys.
upsetty.
Dang.
You did
Upset
great.
my
Derb.
spaghetti.
Yeah, that's great.
This seems silly.
You wanna be a judge again, Derp?
Yeah.
I'm trying to be a juror.
All right,
Yeah,
it's
go
me
ahead.
against you. You
Yeah,
haven't
I'll
haven't
be-
prosecuted in a while.
Yeah, I've only done it
True.
once.
Yeah.
Need to journal.
Or should I
We
be a
can't.
witness? Actually, what happens if you're a witness?
Well, when the witnesses get called to the
know.
stand, you become the witness.
Oh hell yeah, I'll do that.
Oh no.
I could play both sides. That'd be good.
We'll go both ways.
Are you a switch?
Oh, I'm a switch for sure. Tattoo it on my forehead.
Voosh, I don't like when you talk to me like that. You stress me out.
What? When I talk to you like what?
When you're prosecuting,
I have to prosecute. It's my job. It's my job to cast doubt on the defense.
I just can't, like, thoughts. When you talk, I just can't think straight.
Like what a shit.
It'd also probably help if I wrote stuff down.
Yes, please write stuff down.
I'm excited to see what Sailor comes up with for a crime.
I'm gonna go get a hoodie. Real quick.
That's the gay. The problem here is the gay. That's the worst part. Patricia Gray. Ooh.
Why is the witness a doggy again?
Goddamn dog.
What's the doggy gonna
What
do?
the dog doing?
What the dog doing?
All right, court will.
Oh look, there's JoJo. Look, she's got her own little. Is she my witness or whose witness is she?
I think she can be both
I
I
think
think
ours.
everyone's. All right, court will resume once our witness is back.
I'm here.
All right, today we have Patricia Gray charged and accused of shoplifting at Walmart.
Hmm.
Prosecution,
Am I
are
right?
you ready or do you need time?
I'm ready.
Go ahead. You have an opening
Okay.
statement or what do you want to do?
I'll do a little opening statement. We're here today because of the obvious, because Patricia Gray is being accused of shoplifting at Walmart. She was arrested yesterday morning.
You can't see straight this many glasses.
caught
Babe, you're still here.
red-handed
Holy shit.
with a bunch
Hi, I love
of
you.
toothbrushes in her pockets. Why does she need so many toothbrushes? What was she using them for? We're about to find out.
Thank you, prosecution. Defense.
I'm here today with poor Patricia Gray. This woman is an icon in this community. This woman spends more per capita at these McFucking Walmarts than anyone else in this great 51st state of Canada. This woman is the economy, and if she was ever even considering shoplifting, not even a single bone in her beautiful, sweet body could even consider picking up that item. I'm here to prove her innocence and her character as a loving mother of a dog. And just such a great capitalist. She would never. Okay. Sorry. I rest my case. I rest my case.
No crying in my courtroom. Okay. So, prosecution, you say the defendant was caught with a bunch of toothbrushes in their pockets, right?
Yes, sir. That's right. It was yesterday
And then-
morning.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. You're the judge. What were you saying? I just said it was yesterday morning. Yeah.
I was just going to recap, and then defense says that Patricia spends a bunch of money on Canadian Walmart and is a dog mom and couldn't do it with their big, beautiful body. Right?
That is correct.
Okay. All right. Does anyone have evidence they wish to bring to the court?
I will start.
All right. 1 second.
I would like to begin by producing the evidence from about 7 months back. This poor woman. Yeah, this poor woman accidentally fell on her face while tripping down 500 flights of stairs at the CN Tower.
How
At
many
that point,
flights?
500 flights of stairs at the CN Tower.
500 or 100?
500. I said 500. 500. I said 500. Afterwards, she is seen talking to her other capitalist friends on Stitch TV, where she tells her harrowing story of how her fall down the CN Tower knocked out all of her teeth. She has no teeth. This poor woman has no teeth. She hasn't brushed her teeth in 7 months. She has no reason to own a toothbrush. She actually has trauma looking at toothbrushes. She can't even look at them. They cause her to break down. Look at her face. I'm talking about toothbrushes right now, and she is bawling her eyes out. She simply
No crying in
cannot.
my courtroom.
No crying in the courtroom. You're going to lose. See, she just doesn't have the mouth for a toothbrush. And it shows.
Wait, is Dirk muted?
How did he
If
mute?
you're talking, you're. I don't know. He has a mute sign above his
I know,
head.
what the
though,
fuck?
So.
Oh,
Oh,
you can't talk while you're...
Yeah, it mutes while you're doing a poll. That's what happened.
Oh, okay. I just
Oh.
wanted to make sure you weren't talking to me because I'm like, I can't hear you if you're asking me something.
Doesn't have the mouth for a toothbrush.
You know what? Prosecution, do you have a rebuttal?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
so our defendant over here said that they fell 7 months. 7 months ago, they
7
fell.
months ago, 500 flights down the
500.
CN Tower, yes.
Yeah, and they lost all their teeth and
Lost all their
now they're
teeth. They have no
traumatized
teeth.
And they're traumatized now of toothbrushes.
You're right.
Very interesting because if they fell 7 months ago, and as of yesterday morning they were arrested, with a pocket full of toothbrushes. I understand
Allegedly.
that they didn't allegedly they allegedly didn't purchase said toothbrushes yesterday because you say fear. But why do I have a receipt from 3 months ago? Oh, I didn't click on it. Oh wait, I can't. I need Derb to give me the thing.
I'll give her the power,
card.
yeah.
Thank you. I was like, why can't I click on this? But 3 months ago, we have these suspicious receipts that show that they actually purchased 2 toothbrushes and some toothpaste. Were they purchasing it for someone else? And if so, I thought they were afraid of toothbrushes. So why would they even go down that aisle?
Your Honor, if I could have the floor.
Prosecution, are you finished with that statement?
just want to know. I just want to know.
All right, defense.
As I have painted earlier in this trial, Miss Patricia is a cornerstone of this community. This community would crumble without her generosity. 3 months ago, she had willingly, because no one else would, give her credit card to the local farmers because they were fearing the worst. I need the bell. I can't paint a picture without the bell. I need the bell. I can't paint my. I can't paint the picture.
You gotta give Voosh.
What?
I can't paint the picture.
You gotta give Voosh the bell so he can pull out his evidence.
3 months ago, she gave a local farmer her credit card because they were about to dissolve their fucking farm. They were about to have cloaca rot running through their chickens. The only way, right in front of their McFucking salad, girl. The only way to cure cloaca rot is to rub it away with the fine-toothed comb that is the tip of a toothbrush. My Patricia Gray could not buy those herself, and she gave the credit card to the local farmer so he could buy as many toothbrushes as he needed to clean those poor chickens' cloacas. Unfortunately, a lot of them already succumbed to illness, and he only had a few left, so he bought 2 toothbrushes. And then he mailed her the receipt for her records. She never came in contact with those toothbrushes.
Prosecution? Do you have a...
May I have? Yes, thank you. You say that they have not come across any toothbrushes, that they didn't even see them. Is that what you're saying?
That is correct. She only got the receipt from the farmer.
Then why, when her apartment was searched, we found a paper bag full of toothbrushes, all of the same brand, the same ones that she had stolen yesterday morning? I would like to know why we found
Interesting.
a full paper bag.
Well, I didn't think that we'd have to do this because this was supposed to be put before a martial tribunal. But we do believe that those were planted by the government in Miss Patricia's house. You will see in these Socknell pics from open source because they got hacked platform Socknell. Miss Patricia was added to a group chat where several men were discussing war plans and the exact moments when they were going to drop the bombs. They then started blackmailing Miss Patricia because she knew too much. She saw too much. And they said that they would have to bring her down because there was no way that they believed that she would stay quiet. Those toothbrushes, this is the first time we're seeing them, Your Honor. They didn't exist. This is blackmail. This is the United States government cracking down on Patricia Gay. Thank you so much.
Objection!
What is the objection?
May I have the bell?
That's not how the objection works, but sure.
It's fine. It's the 51st state. You say that she was involved in a group chat on her.
She was added to the group chat unintentionally. She did not want to be a part of it. She was just invited by a random user of Socknell.
Just by accident. And when was this?
This would have been about 4 months ago.
About 4 months ago? Well, when we searched their apartment and found the paper bag full of toothbrushes, we also recovered a laptop and checked the hard drive, and there is no mention of said group chat. No proof that they were added into a group chat or
Your Honor, Socknell is a mobile app. You cannot get it on PC.
But still,
Is that true?
I mean, how am I supposed to know?
We do know. You can go on your phone right now and find it. If you try to look for it on your PC, it'll redirect you to a mobile device.
I'm pretty sure you can still log in.
No, you
on
cannot.
computer.
It is a security risk, but also the security risk was Socknell.
Sounds like there was a security risk no matter what if they accidentally added into a group chat and just.
That is correct.
What is the name of this platform?
Socknell.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, so I am showing Socknell is a mobile-only app,
Thank
but
you,
you
CP.
can get it through an emulator called BlueStacks on the computer.
Well, it was on her phone. She had no reason to have an emulator on her PC.
Very valid. Disregard that piece of evidence.
Nailing it.
Well, even if they apparently, allegedly, could not get it on their laptop, that still doesn't explain why they would frame them for a simple crime of shoplifting for toothbrushes.
Because it is the United States government. They have the internal SOC agency that, you know, you'd love to think they're serving and protecting the people. They're not. They're serving and protecting the government.
But don't you think they would have chose something more severe? Especially when it is known that your client has a fear of toothbrushes?
Miss Sugarplum, what is more severe than tarnishing the name of Patricia Gray? She is the 51st state. All she has is her reputation. They would not do anything but destroy her reputation. That is all she cares about. They know that she fell down the CN Tower's 500 flights of stairs. They know exactly that she now cannot look at toothbrushes the same. And they knew that if she was caught shoplifting from Skokmart, that this would ruin her entire reputation that she has used to build up over the last 30 years to be one of the most respected people in the 51st state of America.
Yeah, I call bullshit. I don't believe it, because they're going to look at poor Patricia, as you say, and they're gonna go, really? Toothbrushes? The poor thing. And they're gonna just say she's not guilty.
The ISA, the internal SOC agency, is known in leaked documents from WikiSocs to do mental torture on their constituents. It has been released. It is widely available on the internet. You would know that if you looked at her laptop a bit more, I guess, because you could have just went there and looked at WikiSocs. But apparently the prosecutor had other things to do other than build a case today.
I still call bullshit. I think you have a toothbrush stuck up your ass, and she had so many that she stole in her paper bag.
Whoa. Don't make me.
Do you also work for the government? Because it seems like you're slandering my client.
If I worked for the government, I would have done something far harsher than accuse them of stealing toothbrushes.
Judge?
Whoa,
Judge?
Where's the bailiff?
We don't have a bailiff. We just have a witness, and I still don't understand her role. Can she just be a witness for whoever? I don't
Would
understand.
I
anyone
think
like
I'm
to
both
call a
witnesses,
witness?
yeah.
Oh my god.
Really, this role's the hardest because I have to be a witness for both sides.
Oh, so you'd have to defend both? That's
I think
weird.
so. No,
That's weird.
I think I could do it.
Would anyone like to call a witness?
I would like to call the
I've been
witness.
taking extensive notes.
I would like to call Dr. Willy Wally Shilly Shally to the stand.
Okay, so they just hold the. Okay, I see.
Dr. Willy Wally Shilly Shally. I would just like you to paint the picture for the court about how poor Patricia Gray, sorry. I have stuff on my mind. Patricia Gray fell down that flight of stairs that one fateful day at the CN Tower in the 51st state of America, and permanently got PTSD from the experience and can no longer look at toothbrushes. Thank you so much.
Yes. Hello. My name is Patricia Willy Wally Shilly Shally.
Willy Wally Shilly Shally, yes.
Yes, and I graduated top of my class at Harvard in Willy Welly Shilly Shelliness. So I am a doctor, and I personally took care of the aftercare for Miss Patricia. She fell down the equivalent of 5,000 stairs. So she literally broke every bone in her body. She lost all of the teeth in her mouth, and in fact, she almost lost the entire jaw. We had to wire it shut for 6 weeks, and she was fed through an NG tube. And when she was, unhinged and given back her free will to go live her life, she had extreme post-traumatic stress disorder, and also saw more flashbacks of every single punch that each individual 5,000 steps hit her. So she's been in extensive counseling and therapy, and in fact, we had her put under medication and an induced coma for a while right after her jaw was unwired. She was, for lack of a better word, she was manic. So.
For how long?
For how long? What?
Was she in a coma?
She was in a coma for 3 days. A medically induced coma. But as you can see, all of these situations would lead to very traumatic experiences and have any problems.
All right. Is there anything else you wish to examine with your witness?
I do know that the one thing she has told my other client, the therapist, she has told her that if she is even in the same building as a toothbrush, she can sense it and she runs away in extreme fear, and she hides in a sewer grate outside and calls anyone.
I have a question. I have a question for the witness.
Yes.
So, I understand that it is alleged that she can sense the toothbrushes. How does she feel about toothpaste? Is she afraid of toothpaste too? Is it just the brush? Is it the
toothpaste is a little bit different. Sometimes it's a little.
Wait, you cut out. I couldn't hear you.
Sorry. Can you hear me? Yes.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes. Hello.
Yeah,
Hi.
I heard it was a little,
cool.
and then I heard nothing.
It's a little wishy-washy with the toothpaste. She does like to use toothpaste to scrub her bumper of her. But she does not do with a toothbrush. She does it with a manual, actual scrub brush. But toothpaste is really good for cleaning metal. So she does like to get toothbrush or toothpaste from the store, but she obviously doesn't go get that herself. She has it delivered.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
the store is terrifying.
Okay.
All right. Do we have any follow-up
further
questions for the
questions.
witness?
No further questions.
No further questions.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Mr.
Willy Welly Shilly Shally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Willy, thank you.
Are there any other witnesses that would like to be called?
Considering my witness is a dog, no, I think I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yeah, but I do
Are
have
they a-
questions
are
for
they a beagle?
the defendants and their attorney.
Oh, do you?
All right. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Maybe you could do it without badgering the witness this time.
maybe you can try shutting the fuck up because it's not your turn. But
Didn't mean to do that.
no, it's okay.
Whoa.
Also, I'm
Judge
gonna hold you in
threatened.
contempt
I've been threatened.
if you keep this up.
Anyway, as I was attempting to say, so you're saying that she cannot be near toothbrushes, even though clearly we found a paper bag full of them, but she can use toothpaste. And we did find a bunch of substance on her bed, so that's why I questioned the toothpaste. And your witness explained that they could, in fact, use. What did they say? They wipe their bum with it?
A bumper. Their
Something?
car bumper.
Bumper.
Metal.
Cleans the
car
bumper of her car. Yeah, she
Yes.
scrubs them with the scrub brush and toothpaste. Yes.
She uses a cloth and soap to clean her bum because she is a real human being with feelings and should be treated as such. Thank you.
Okay. Because why, when we searched the apartment and we found the toothbrushes in a paper bag in the bathroom, We also found a very crunchy towel. And of course, you can say, oh, you know, that could be anything. But using a black light, we were able to see that it was in fact toothpaste.
It's interesting that you would bring that up. Judge, can I have the please?
The floor is yours.
The floor. Thank you so much.
Ah,
In fact,
Wait,
oh,
wait, hold
okay.
on.
Oh, okay.
It's not
Oops.
yours.
Oops.
Now it's yours.
Thank you so much, Judge. Actually, as an influencer for the 51st state of America, she does have sponsorships with various brands. What substance was found on her bed would have been from a video recording she was making for their new toothpaste flavor Advanced GG, available next month. And as you can see, it accidentally spilled on the bed through her drool because as she was drinking this tub of toothpaste Advanced GG, she had a bit of a breakdown as it reminded her of toothbrushes, and she drooled over the bed, causing what would seem to be a toothpaste-like substance all over the mattress.
Excuse me, I did not say it was on the bed. I said it was on a towel in the bathroom, so all of this is invalid.
Well, you don't know where she
Please strike that
sleeps.
from
She
your
sleeps
records.
in the bathroom to make sure that no
It was a
toothbrush
crunchy
is
towel
in
hanging
there.
on a towel rack in the bathroom.
Yes, but that is her bedroom, Judge, because she needs to be in a bathroom at all times to make sure a toothbrush is not in there. She does not trust it if she's not in there 24/7.
But she can sense it, right? So she wouldn't need to be in
She
there.
senses it by being in the room to make sure no one plants it.
It's not what the witness said.
I do have a question for prosecution.
Yeah.
Where was that bag of toothbrushes found? Did you say?
I don't
said you
believe
guys-
I did say. I just said that we had found a bag of toothbrushes in the apartment.
Okay, you don't know where.
Oh, I wrote it down.
I didn't clarify
not
where
say
they
a
were
room, it
because
just says-
I was not the one that searched the apartment. I just know that they had found a bag, and there's a photograph of the bag itself with the toothbrushes.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Can't confirm that the crunchy towel was in the bathroom though, on the towel rack.
Which is where her bed is because she needs to sleep in the bathroom to make sure that no one puts toothbrushes in there.
Do you have evidence of
Oh
this?
my.
It would be in
That's a
the
perfect-
VOD, the Stitch TV VOD. You will see she's on her bed and the surrounding walls are tiled, which that's a bathroom.
Okay, so does she sleep on the wall? Next to
No,
the rack?
honey, she has a bed over her shower that she places over the shower part of the bathroom. And that is where she records her videos.
Okay, all right. Carry on. Does anyone have anything else to say?
I'm ready for closing argument. Well, Jojo says, yeah, Jojo looks like shizzle.
Hold on, we got a fucking dog that keeps barking.
Yeah. Yes, I just wanted to touch on what I mentioned before, since it has
this
been
is not the dog.
testified that Patricia Gray sleeps in a bathroom in a bed. Yes, I did mention that she had severe PTSD and mental health disorder. Excuse me?
You were the wrong
You were the-
witness.
you were the
were
dog.
wrong witness.
Yeah, you were the
Oh, so sorry.
No, now you're the doctor, yeah.
She sleeps in a bathroom because of her manic episodes that she has experienced being traumatized by falling down the stairs, losing all of her teeth and everybody, and then being afraid of toothbrushes. Yes. So that is par for the course. She will just have to struggle with this for the rest of the day.
Post-traumatic shock disorder is not to be taken lightly.
Yeah.
All right. Prosecution, do you have questioning for this witness or?
I mean, I just said that the black light found evidence of toothpaste on the crunchy towel, but the witness's attorney was trying to say that it was on the mattress. So
She uses towels as sheets, and then when they're dirty, they go on the floor.
Okay, so you said it was toothpaste Advanced GG.
Toothpaste brand Advanced GG available next month! ! Advanced GG.
I don't know
And
if
you
that can be
drink
picked
it?
up by it.
You
I don't
drink
know
it, and then
if I
she
have
had
that.
a allergic-ish reaction caused by her PTSD. It's not quite an allergy, but more so trauma, because it reminded her of toothbrushes. She drooled all over that towel that was on the bed as a sheet, and she had to take it off because she couldn't sleep with it on.
But you said earlier that she was drinking it.
Yes, Advanced GG is a drink.
So it's
I
not
also have
toothpaste.
It is
information.
toothpaste flavored Advanced GG. It is enhanced with
Okay.
But it
toothpaste.
is
So
not
it's not-
toothpaste.
okay.
It is enhanced with toothpaste. Yes, it
And
is.
toothpaste was found on the crunchy
Toothpaste is
towel
a
that
one.
was hanging on
Toothpaste
the
is a
towel
third
rack
ingredient in Advanced
that was
GG
discovered
on
with
the
the
toothpaste
black
brand.
light.
Okay. Are you sure you don't want to call your witness, prosecution?
No, I'm good. The dog's sleeping. It's okay. He's a good boy.
All right. Any other arguments?
I'm ready for closing statements. Honestly,
Yeah, I'm ready for closing.
All right, we'll have prosecution go first.
Okay. I guess I don't need the bell, so I'll just talk. I think it's funny how their evidence for Patricia not being guilty of shoplifting at Walmart is that I understand that they have, a disability and trauma and a lot of problems, I should say. But it doesn't that aside, this is not a setup. This is not I can't think of the words. Brain. We have the receipts. We have the suspicious receipts of them buying only toothpaste, even though they said that it wasn't toothpaste. No, there's no toothbrushes on the receipt.
the receipt was for
they
2
sold them.
toothbrushes,
No,
and we
that
just
wasn't the
proved it
receipt.
with the farmers.
No, that wasn't the receipt. And you said that it wasn't toothpaste, but it was toothpaste Advanced GG when there was toothpaste clearly on the towel.
This was 2 different times of the anyways, go ahead.
No. Either way, I'm refraining from saying anything that will be used against me. But
Please don't
really,
cuss in my
you're just
court.
full of. Don't worry, I didn't. I'll let him finish writing.
Okay.
But
Is there
yeah,
anything
I
else?
think the evidence is clear. And also, by the way, I can't show any more evidence, but since we were talking about the Stitch TV stream VODs, I don't know if they noticed, but there was a paper bag in the VOD. So
Oh, these
In
are
the bathroom.
closing arguments,
Yeah.
not more arguments.
well, then close your argument.
I'm just waiting for my turn.
Go ahead.
Is that the end of your closing argument?
Yeah.
All right. Defense?
Members of the court, I would like to just reiterate again that if we go back 30 minutes into this recording, that the receipt was for 2 toothbrushes. It was not for toothpaste. This is clearly a setup by the government to try to bring down influential 51st stater Patricia Gray and her philanthropy and her beauty through process of PTS sock disorder. And it's not okay. Patricia did nothing wrong. She is the victim. She has been so brave being here today. And I think it's just sickening that the government is allowed to do such a thing to such a wonderful, loving, caring woman. Thank you so much. No further statement.
All right. First of all, you guys are kind of psychotic.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right.
Wait till you see after this, because you want to see psychotic. I'll show you psychotic.
Oh god. Bailiff? We don't have one.
We don't have a bailiff.
Okay, so prosecution, what I have written down basically is they were caught with a bunch of toothbrushes in their pockets.
Mhm.
Was this outside of Walmart? I can't remember.
It was
Or is this
just
just in
reported
general?
yesterday morning. They were just caught. I'm assuming it was when they were trying to leave the premises, but I don't know if it was directly outside or still inside the building.
Okay, all right. And then I have roughly 3 months ago, we show them purchasing toothbrushes.
Yeah, 2 toothbrushes. That is correct.
And then we found you found a bag of toothbrushes in their apartment in a
In the
paper,
paper
bag.
bag. Yeah, in the bathroom.
And they're the same brand as the ones that were stolen.
Yes.
All right.
Just reading my notes. I wrote down toothbrushes were for local chicken pussies.
Oh my god. I guess when you're just looking at the notebook, it looks like you're writing. Because I'm like, what are you? How are you still writing? How are you not out of the room? But I guess it just shows you writing.
All
when
I
you're
wrote
looking
was
at it.
toothbrushes.
I wrote 7 months
Alright.
ago. She fell ? 100/500 flights.
Yeah, so defense, their general argument is Patricia spends a bunch of money on Canadian Walmart, is a dog mom, and they fell on their face when they fell down 500 flights of stairs 7 months ago.
Yes. As well as the evidence that disproved all the other evidence. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and then they were seen talking to their friends on Stitch TV, and they were telling us, or Patricia was telling the story about the incident.
Correct.
Falling 500 flights.
And losing all of her
And how
teeth.
she has
Correct.
no teeth.
Correct.
Yeah. And
We
doesn't
also
brush
had a
them.
doctor come in and give you their medical assessment of Patricia's well-being and being.
Yeah. And then, so the argument against the toothbrushes being found on Patricia was because they were for cloaca rot on their chickens.
The receipt that was found on Patricia
Receipt.
was sent to her by her farmer friends who bought the toothbrushes to fix their chickens' cloaca rot because Patricia could not be seen around toothbrushes. She would have had a absolutely colossal meltdown.
Okay.
Don't forget the important part, Judge, that she was threatened by DJ Prance on Stay Quiet about the government activity.
Yeah, and they stated it was
On
it was
Socknell.
planted toothbrushes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Patricia has PTSD with war plans and bombs.
Well,
And stairs.
yes,
And stairs.
yes,
And stairs.
yes,
Stairs,
stairs,
okay.
yes,
All right. And then 4 months ago, they were blackmailed.
correct,
With-
because they were added to a Socknell group where they saw all the
yeah,
war
yeah,
plans of
okay.
the government. Yes.
And then the doctor, the witness, says that basically Patricia's whole body is broken.
Destroyed
in a coma
several,
for 3
yes,
days.
7 months ago, yes.
Yes.
Okay. I am kind of finding it hard to believe that the toothbrushes were planted. I don't see much evidence of that.
You literally saw
Also-
evidence of the United States government, but okay.
Also, why would she be caught with toothbrushes and she wouldn't be freaking out and panicking if she's got this much PTSD from a toothbrush?
What you're failing to understand is where was this planted? Where was this planted? Was it on her?
I don't
Was
know,
it
you
in the
tell me.
apartment? I don't know. You tell me. You're the prosecutor. I've
Well,
heard. But
she-
I've heard that it was in Wonderland. I heard it was in Disney World. The toothbrushes went to Disney World. Where did they go? Where did they come from?
Well, so Patricia was caught with toothbrushes in her pocket originally. That's why we're here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna be honest. I think I would notice if there was a bunch of toothbrushes in my pocket.
What I'm failing to see is the part where she was arrested wrongfully and then they were planted on her, which was proven through the Socknell messages and the blackmail.
Well, the reason why Patricia Gray is in court today is because they were accused of shoplifting at Walmart. They were arrested with toothbrushes in their pocket. And when their apartment was searched, there was another bag of toothbrushes. So even if it allegedly was planted in their apartment. If they have a fear and trauma from toothbrushes and had said toothbrushes in their pockets, they would be able to sense the fact that there were toothbrushes in their pockets and therefore would have an episode.
Which would lead me to believe that they were planted after she was arrested. I don't see how anything has proven that she actually, well, where was the video evidence? Where was the video? When did we see her grab them off the shelf? When did we see her walk out with them? Where was the evidence? Where's the blurry Vaseline photos? Where's the video camera footage? There is nothing. She was arrested wrongfully and then told she had toothbrushes in her pocket. That's even more evidence towards Patricia, because if she actually had toothbrushes in her pocket when she was apprehended, she would have already been freaking out. She would have been at the doctor's office before she ever went to a police station. Clearly, these were planted after she was arrested, and she must have blacked out, and they put her in her pocket, and then they took a picture of her while sleeping. Not allowed, against the rules. Throw out this case. Mistrial.
So are you saying they also planted the receipts showing that she'd purchased?
The receipt was not in her pocket at the time. The receipt is from her farmer friends. It was delivered to her when she gave them, if anyone was listening to this entire trial, she gave them her credit card because she is such a philanthropist in the community. She loves this community. She wants the 51st state to thrive. They went with the credit card to buy as many toothbrushes as they needed to clean up the cloaca rot, which happened to just be 2 because they lost all of their chickens to the cloaca rot already, and they were all dead, and they only had a few left. They only needed 2 toothbrushes, and then they sent her the receipt so that she put it on her taxes.
So that's a plot with little evidence to support that claim.
The evidence was in the cloaca pics. It was the second thing submitted.
All I see is a big chicken pussy.
Where's the cloaca rot? Do you also see the toothbrush that cleaned off cloaca rot on the bottom right? You need to look at the whole picture, not just the hole in the picture.
I'm gonna be honest, I just don't.
Judge, listen, I'm not going to influence this trial, but if you want Patricia to be on the next flight to El Salvador, then you do whatever the fuck you need to do, okay? I've shown enough evidence that this woman has been a cornerstone. Oh my God. Well, you just killed her. You just killed her. Bye, Patricia. Bye. You're dead.
I did not think I was gonna win that one. That's so fucking funny.
Patricia is the most innocent person I've ever met in my life. This is disgusting.
Patricia is guilty. Left the courthouse, arms raised, shouting, "Justice will be served." Instantly struck by a pigeon dropping a massive load. In the chaos, they knocked over a cop and were promptly arrested again for premeditated assault.
Girl, she went to El Salvador.
Wow.
No justice. Stop the
She
count.
went to El Salvador after harassing that cop by accident.
This is disgusting.
Hey, Voosh, can you meet me
Premeditated.
in the parking lot of the courthouse? I just want to show you something.
Just for a second. Sure. We can go just for a second.
She wants to show you
Yeah, I'm
that
just gonna need you to
cloaca-
bend over really quick.